Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thank y'all all for being here. Today is a special ceremony to celebrate the groundbreaking of the Lubbock Police Department South Substation. For members of our council, I'll say one thing. We've waited a long time for this to happen. We're very excited. There'll be some folks speak to this pretty rapidly. As you drove out here, one thing you know is this is where it needs to be, because the growth of our city this direction. So we're very, very excited that everyone's here. I'd like to acknowledge the folks that are making this happen. First of all, from our contractor Lee Lewis Construction, John Givens, Josh Weems, Kirk Hewlett. From MWM Architects, Stephen Falk. Stephen, thank you for being here today. Sheriff Kelly Rowe, DPS Regional Director Joe Longway, our Chief of Police, Floyd Mitchell, Assistant Chief Neil Barron, Assistant Chief John Caspel, Assistant Chief Nathan White, Deputy Chief Chris Bachman, Donna Corbin, representing John Frullo's office, Mary Owen, representing Senator Ted Cruz's office. Thank you for being here. Also, of course, with me, members of our City Council, Sheila Patterson Harris, representing District 2, Latrell Joy, representing District 6, Steve Massingale, representing District 4. Steve is the chairman of our facilities committee that Ms. Joy and I serve on. And I want him to come forward now and talk about this project. Councilman?
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Welcome to District 4. I knew Sheila would appreciate that. Thank you all for coming out. If the mayor was here today, I believe you know what he would say. He would say that it's a great day in Lubbock, Texas. We are very excited. This is the second box we can check on our public safety improvements project. We're grateful for our citizens that have supported our concept as we've presented this to the public. But I want to talk about one citizen in particular that when I brought a very, very crazy idea to him, I thought he would slam the door on me. And that's Thomas Payne. Where are you, Thomas? Right. Okay, hi, Thomas. We're glad Thomas is here because when we were conceptualizing what it would take to give our men and women in blue the facilities they need to keep us safe every day, every night, it was going to cost a lot of money. And so we had to be frugal with what we thought we had. And to do that, we knew that the land was going to be an important factor. And that crazy idea I presented to Mr. Payne was, how would you like to give us the land? And he didn't slam the door in my face. And he thought about it. And he called me back and we talked about it. And we all thought about it some more. And the land we sit on today, that we break ground on today, that the South Substation will be built on, did not cost the taxpayers a dime because of the generosity of Thomas Payne, and for that I am eternally grateful. The Public Safety Improvements Project consists of 3 substations, which will be the facilities that will enable us to implement community policing, a downtown police headquarters, a new municipal court, which will be beside Citizens Tower. The headquarters will be adjacent to the tower as well, and a police property warehouse and crime lab, which will be built out on Municipal Hill. The East Substation in District 2 at Martin Luther King and 19th Street has already begun, hasn't it? And are we excited about that? And soon after this one gets rolling, we will break ground on the North Substation, which will be north of Frankfurt, west of Frankfurt on Erskine. In District 6. In case you're worried that the council might not own their districts, I think you're probably clear on that now. So, anyway, we're grateful for the project. We look forward to its completion. I'm thankful that you've all come out today. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Joy.
Public safety is part of our charter guidance, that is important, that we have public safety and that we do it in the manner that we should. When I was in law school, we used to rush home on Thursday evening so we could watch Hill Street Blues. For some reason, we thought that would help us be better lawyers. Not sure why. And they drove those Crown Vics. But what was important was Hill Street was a precinct. It was one of many precincts in that city. And then in 2012, when I came on council, we were looking for a place for a new police department. And we were just looking at one location. I was in Austin driving in a cab back to the airport, and the taxi driver took me through a neighborhood. And what he said to me was, this is a neighborhood that we have been able to reclaim because we have gone to community policing. And that was under Art Acevedo at the time. So I came back to Lubbock. I threw that idea out. I got it thrown right back at me. But I continue to think and believe today that that is the secret to joining together our citizens, our police, and making this work and making us all safe. And so I'm particularly excited that we are doing community policing, that we will have 3 substations, and that we will have a headquarters close to the Citizens Tower. This will be brick and mortar, which will be a little different. We've never done this in Lubbock, but there will be places for people to meet, not only with police, but there'll be a meeting room located there. And there will be some programs that the police will be promoting. One will be the Neighborhood Watch, because this program only works if we have citizen involvement along with our police force. What better neighbors could you have than a police station right next to where you live? Thank you.
Chief Floyd Mitchell, please.
Hey, I want to take a second and introduce my staff. I think it's important. We didn't get to do this last time, but who I have here up on the stage with me is my Assistant Chief for Administration, John Caspel. Stand up, John. My Assistant Chief for Investigation is Neil Barron. Where you at, Neil?
I'm hiding back there.
And not yet Assistant Chief, but we're going to get there. Acting Assistant Chief Nathan White, who is going to be our Patrol Division Assistant Chief. And Deputy Chief Chris Bachman, who is going to be the commander. You got to stand up, Chris. He is actually going to be the division commander out here once this division station is built. We also have Jim Shavers out there. He is actually going to be the division commander of East Patrol, so he's out there as well. So wanted to introduce those guys. All right, so for my prepared remarks, once again, thank you for allowing me to represent the men and women of the Lubbock Police Department at this groundbreaking of South Patrol Division. This is yet another clear indication that our community, that our city leaders, its mayor, its council members, its governing body, has listened to them, is concerned for their safety, and has a plan for the future security needs of this community. This ceremonial groundbreaking is the second of 3 patrol division stations. It is an important step for the Lubbock Police Department and the citizens of Lubbock. As I spoke to 90 days ago, and it's exactly 90 days ago, at the groundbreaking of East Patrol Division, today's events continue to mark a turning point in the way we police as a department and we engage with our community. The decentralization of our patrol division stations not only place us inside our neighborhoods and closer to the people that live, work, and play in our communities, they provide the community with a meeting place, a place for us to connect, and a place for us to connect with each other, a place for us to openly and honestly discuss our concerns and the safety and security needs of our community, and a place where we can work together to discuss and solve complex issues. These division stations will be the home to a number of officers, investigative and non-sworn staff, and please know that these are your community stations as well, and you are always welcome in them. Thank you.